We all have days where we're not really feeling it.
Yep.
And I'm a big proponent of discipline, and motion causes emotion, and just take action.
Yep.
There are those days that we all face where we're just not into it. Like, what do you personally do to kind of get recharged if you're not really feeling like doing the things that you know you need to do to accomplish your goals?
Yeah, couple things. So number one, and I realize it's not for everybody, but the daily goal sheet, okay? I have that vision board. Right now, it's the next house I'm gonna buy after you sell mine, Robert. And then I write my goals down as if I've already achieved them. I make X amount of money per year. I have X amount of followers on social media. I live in X value of house in X neighborhood. All of these things, by the way, I'm very specific on my X's. I have actual numbers, actual stuff in there. All of these things I have not yet achieved. So just the fact that before I get into my email every morning, before I start swiping social media, I get my cup of coffee, I sit down with that sheet. I read the sentence, I make X amount millions per year. And then I write the sentence, okay? So then I'm putting myself in the zone of the person that not only I want to be, but the person that I am about to become. And I talked about this with a Scope Tech person earlier this week. You don't say I'm going to, or I want to, I am. If it's a car you want to buy, I drive a, right? Put yourself in that mindset. Now here's the next piece of the puzzle, okay? Under that, I have little check boxes for the things that I have to do every day. I don't measure a win. I let myself feel good when I close a big deal. But for me, I'm not allowing the marketplace or a single deal, won or lost, to affect my mindset. What affects my mindset is, did I make good on the promises that I said I was going to do for that day? Did I load 4 videos into YouTube? Did I make 60 prospecting calls? Did I circle with everybody on my team? Did I do all of my follow-up calls, right? All of the stuff that I know because I took time to map out all the things that I need to do every day to have the life that I'm pushing towards above is in there. So at the end of the day, I know, was this day a win or a loss? Do I complete my sheet every day? Nope. Been pretty bad. I'll be honest, I've been pretty bad at some of the physical stuff on there, right? There's some, because I'm not a fan, and I get it, you guys might be. I don't do the work-life balance thing. I think that's garbage. I just have a life. So my personal fitness goals and my business goals are both on that sheet. And there's many days lately I've been exploding the business that I've forgotten to work out, that I've skipped jujitsu, right? And so I know I kind of screwed up for that day. Great, I put that day behind me, next day tomorrow. So that's how I stay motivated. Now the other thing, Robert, and I know this sounds silly that I'm going to suggest that you do and what everybody does, when it is really freaking bad, the last thing I want you to do is call an unskillful friend, right? Call an unskillful family member. I get it, we love them, but we should limit ourselves to about 30 minutes of bitching and complaining every day, which is a lot easier to say than it is to do. You'd be surprised how much of our day is negative. What I do is I go take a walk, right? And I don't take my phone with me. And on that walk, I think about, okay, will this matter in a month? Will this matter in 2 months? Will this matter in 5 years? Am I doing everything that I need to do to be on my plan for a year, for 5 years, for 10 years, for 20 years from now? And I suddenly start to realize, man, this is going to be okay. The last thing I want you to do, though, when you're down on yourself, unless it's a skillful partner, maybe somebody you've met here through the group that's going to go, Robert, you got this, dude. Just complete your sheet, right? Who cares? There's a million other deals. You lost that deal. Go get another one, right? If you're gonna call somebody that's like, oh my God, I lost a deal too. The world is falling apart, right? We've had some major time in the last 20 years. We've had 3 or 4 times where most of the people have been walking around going, well, world's coming to an end. Might as well not pay my mortgage, right? And they're all screwed right now, right? So don't call any of those people because they're going to tell you how bad it is. Just stay centered, and sometimes, and we talk about this in the training portal, sometimes just taking 5 minutes without your phone, doing a little lap around the house or a lap around the office or a lap around the neighborhood will set you right. And if it doesn't, wake up tomorrow, do your goal sheet, and do your plan. Now, if you filled out your goal sheet for the last 3 months and nothing is happening in your life, you're still not closing anything, might be time to look at your daily tasks, not adjusting your goals, not lowering your goals. Never lower your goals. That's a dangerous proposition, right? Well, I wanted to live in X amount of millions of dollars of a house. I'll just take a $1 million house. Those are fine, right? That's a bad recipe, right? If your activities aren't matching what you want for your life, change your activities, right? But don't change your activities willy-nilly, right? All of that stuff should be pretty set in stone unless you're noticing some major gaps. I've done this for 3 months and I have the same amount of deals in my pipeline as I had 3 months ago. Probably need to up my prospecting calls, right? So long answer, but those are all the things that I do to stay motivated. Writing the goals down, take a walk when I need to. Be very careful of my mindset, especially when I'm down. I'm very careful of who I talk to because I can go real dark, as can you, as can everybody else. And when two dark people get together, you go into the vast void of darkness, right? So it might even be good if you're going to talk to somebody to preface it and say, listen, I'm down right now. Here's what I'm looking for in this conversation, right? I'm struggling this week. I lost a big deal. Here's what I'm looking for from you as my friend. Any way we can grab coffee and you can tell me how badass I am and how much butt I'm going to kick the rest of this year, your friend's going to go, sure. And then you're going to meet your friend for coffee and they're going to go, Robert, you're a badass. Dude, you keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome. And that's what you need. But if you just call a friend and, oh, this sucks, they're going to go, me too. Because misery loves company. So be real careful about who you share your bad days with.